Photogrammetry is the science that includes interpreting aerial photos to create map features. Aerial photos show pictures of the surface of the Earth taken from high above the ground looking straight down, usually from an airplane, but can be from satellites as well. Using aerial photos, you can identify features like roads, rivers, tree stands, buildings, and many other things that we might want to put on a map. Aerial photography has a long history in map making. For our exercise, you'll need the aerial photo that we provided you, and then a piece of transparent vellum paper to go on top of that photo. And you might want to get some tape to help hold down the corners, as the vellum tends to move around on the photo and you want things to hold still as best they can. What you'll be doing isn't all that dissimilar from what we do on computers to map information off of aerial photos. Looking at the photos, we have to determine what's worth mapping. You may want to show the roads, you may want to show the waterways, you may want to show the buildings. It all depends on what you believe is worth capturing, depending on the kind of map that you want to make. Now, you can't show everything, that would end up being too cluttered. And honestly, it really depends on what your map needs to be about. Maybe you want to show how to travel from your house to the nearby park. Maybe you need to highlight where all the trees are in the neighborhood to say, hey, here's some areas where maybe we could plant some trees. You'll also need to decide if you want to show walking paths, if you want to show sidewalks, perhaps crossings, or there could be a railroad that goes through. And it's all up to how you interpret the landforms and the things that you see. Now, the aerial photo might have such a large area and things might be so small that it's hard to understand what it is if you're not familiar with the area. Now, this is a challenge that cartographers or map makers have all the time, where we're trying to map things off of an area that we may not be familiar with. Remember to use your colors appropriately. You may not want to draw the roads in the same color as you do the river or waterways. It could be hard to tell which one's which. Just do the best job that you can. When you're done tracing, simply slide the photo from under the vellum and you'll see what your resulting map looks like.